Good morning, students. Yesterday I explained you substitution method and I told you to complete question number 1. No query has come to me, so I hope you all have done all the parts of question number 1. Now we are moving to question number 2. Question number 2 is solve 2x plus 3y is equal to 11 and 2x minus 4y is equal to minus 24, and you have to find the value of m for which y is equal to mx plus 3. So first we'll find the value of x and y from this. So this is our first equation, this is second equation. Now from the first equation or from the second equation, it's your choice, you will find the value of x. So I am finding it from second. So from second, if I take 2x, 4y will shift to that side. So it is minus 24 plus 4y. So x can be written as 4y minus 24 upon 2. Now you can take 2 common from the numerator, and what will be left? 4 divided by 2, 2y. 24 divided by 2, 12. So value of x is 2y minus 12. So this will be your value for x, and we'll put this value of x in first equation now. So for putting the value of x in first equation, you just write put in 1. So 2 into, in place of x we'll write 2y minus 12 plus 3y is equal to 11. Solve the bracket. 2 2s are 4y minus 12 2s are 24 plus 3y is equal to 11. What is 4y plus 3y? 7y. And minus 24 will go there and becomes plus 24. So it is 7y is equal to 24 plus 11, 35. Y is equal to, bring 7 to the denominator and cut 5. That means y is equal to 5. We have got the value of y as 5. Now put the value of this y in x. Put in x. Put in x. What is it? What was x? 2y minus 12. So we'll just put the value of y here. X is equal to 2 into 5 minus 12. So 2 5s are 10 minus 12. X is minus 2. So we have got the value of both x and y. X is minus 2 and y is 5. Now it is given, find the value of m so that y is equal to mx plus 3. Y is equal to mx plus 3. So we have got both the values. Put these values. Y is 5, m, x is minus 2 plus 3. So 5 is equal to m into minus 2, minus 2m plus 3. Take this 3 to this side. 5 minus 3 is equal to minus 2m. So I'm just doing it here. So minus 2m is equal to 2. M is equal to 2 upon minus 2, cut it. M is equal to minus 1. So we have got the value of m as minus 1. So I hope this question is clear. First we have found the value of x and y by substitution method, and after finding the value of x and y, we have just put it in the equation y is equal to mx plus 3. Now question number 3 of your book is word problems, and we'll be doing now word problems by using substitution method. Question number 3, first part. Now I will not be solving completely, I will be just framing the equations and telling you how to frame, and solving you will do on your own. The difference between two numbers is 26. Now it is given that the difference between two numbers is 26. That means when you subtract two numbers, you get the answer 26. And one number is 3 times the other. One number is 3 times the other. Find them. So what we'll do? First we'll take, let one number be x, other be y. First we'll suppose both the numbers as x and y because we don't know any of them. Now according to question, what is given? X minus y is 26. Now be very careful whenever we are talking about the difference. Now I am taking x minus y is 26. If I am taking x minus y is 26, that means my x is greater than y. Only then we'll get the positive answer. So my x is greater than y I am taking for this x minus y equal to 26. Now one number is 3 times the other. Now my x is greater. So one number is means equal to 3 times. Times means multiply the other. So x is equal to 3y is the second equation. Is it clear? Again I am repeating. Difference between two numbers is 26. When you subtract two numbers, you get the answer 26. So I have taken one number as x, another as y. Answer is 26. Now when I am taking x minus y equal to 26, it is very clear that my x is greater than y. Only then I have got the positive answer. So my x is greater than y means that answer becomes positive. So next thing is given that one number is 3 times the other. The one number which is greater, that is x, is equal to 3 times the other number is y. So these are my two equations. Now x is already given to you, so just put the value of x in 1 and solve it. The solving you will do yourself of x in 1 and then solve it. Solving you will be doing yourself now. I am moving on to second part. Second part of the question is larger of two supplementary angles. The larger of two supplementary angles exceeds the smaller by 18 degrees. Now supplementary angles, what do you mean by it? Supplementary angles means the two angles whose sum is 180 degrees. So first you should know what is the meaning of supplementary angles. Supplementary angles are those two angles which together make the sum 180 degrees. Now both the angles we don't know, so let the smaller angle be x and larger angle be y. Out of them one will be smaller, another will be larger. So smaller angle I have taken as x, larger angle as y. Now it is given larger of two supplementary angles. That means larger is, so according to question what is given? Larger angle exceeds the smaller by 18 degrees. Exceeds the smaller. Whenever you get the word exceed, what you do? You put the sign of equal to and plus afterwards. So exceeds the smaller means x plus 18. Whenever you get the word exceeds, what you do? You put the sign of equal to and after it you put the sign of plus. Now what does it exceed? The smaller angle by 18 degrees. So x plus 18. So this is my first equation. What is my second equation? Second equation very clear. It is x plus y is equal to 180 because supplementary angles are there. Okay, now from here first equation we have got the value of y. So we'll put the value of y in 2. Put the value of y in second equation and solve it. So when you will be solving, you will be finding both the angles x and y. So solving again you will be doing yourself. Next question is third one. The coach of a cricket team buys 7 bats for 7 bats and 6 balls for rupees 3,800. So let the cost of bat be x. We don't know the cost of bat. Cost of bat is x and cost of ball is y. We don't know both the costs, so we have taken one of them as x, another one as y. Now it is given the coach bought 7 bats. 7 bats cost will be 7x plus how many balls? 6 balls. And together he has given 3,800 rupees for these. So this is our first equation. Later she buys 3 bats. 3 bats means 3x. 5 balls, 5y is equal to 1750. Later she buys 3 bats and 5 balls for 1,750 rupees. You have to find the cost of each bat and ball. So it's your choice. From any equation you can find the value of x or y. So I am finding from the second one. When we find from the second one, 3x will be put separately here and 5y will go to the right side with negative sign. Now bring this x to the denominator. 1750 minus 5y upon 3. So this is your value of x. Put this value in 1. Put in 1. Calculation will be a little bit complicated here because you have to multiply 7 and 1750 and then divide also. So accordingly you will do the calculations and solve it. This was part 3. Next is fourth part. The solving I am not doing for any question. If you will find any problem or any difficulty in solving these questions, just let me know. I will be telling you the solutions afterwards. So fourth part. The taxi charges in a city consist of a fixed charge together with the charge for the distance covered. Now taxi charges. Now you must be knowing whenever we hire a taxi, then for hiring a taxi you have to pay some fixed charge. So for fixed charge is the charge which you have to pay whenever you are hiring a taxi. And then some additional charges also there, which is according to the kilometers you have covered or distance you have covered. Suppose you have moved 50 kilometers distance. So for each particular kilometer you have to pay some additional money also. So whenever we are hiring a taxi, so fixed charge is there, and afterwards the number of kilometers you move, accordingly you have to pay that much of money. Like whatever kilometers you are moving, accordingly you will be giving more additional charge for it. So this is the meaning of the question. Now we will read the question. For a distance of 10 km, charge paid is rupees 105. So first two charges are there. Let the fixed charge, we don't know, it is x. Let the fixed charge be x. Additional charge per kilometer, additional charge per kilometer be y. It is y. Now according to question, what is given? That this for a distance of 10 kilometers, that is a person has moved 10 kilometers, that means 10y. He has moved 10 kilometers means 10y plus fixed charge he has to pay. Fixed charge to usse dena hi dena. So x is a fixed charge plus 10 kilometers he has moved, so 10y is the additional charge, and together he has paid rupees 105. So this is the first equation. Then for a journey of 15 kilometers, that means again x to he has to pay. He has moved now 15 kilometers, 15y, and now he has paid 155 kilometers. So this is our second equation. So from both the equations you can find x. I am finding it from the first one only. So x is equal to 105 minus 10y, and put this value in 2. Put in 2. Whenever you put in 2, it will be 105 minus 10y plus 15y is equal to 155. You can solve it. You will get the value of y. Whatever value of y is there, just put it here in the x you will get for x. And after that it is asked what are the fixed charges per kilometer and how much he has to pay for 25 kilometers. So let me complete this question. I am solving this question for you. 105. Now what is minus 10y plus 5y? It is plus 5y is equal to 155. 5y is equal to 155. 105 will go there with negative sign. So 5y is equal to 50. Y is equal to 10. So y is equal to 10. We have got the value of y. Find the value for x also. X is equal to 105 minus 10 into 10. So x is 105 minus 100, which is equal to rupees 5. So fixed charge is 5 rupees and additional charge is 10 rupees per kilometer. Now we will write fixed charge rupees 5, additional charge is rupees 10. Now one more question is there. How much he has to pay for traveling a distance of 25 kilometers? So for 25 kilometers, how much he has to pay? He has to pay fixed charge plus 25y. So put the values 5 plus 25 into 10, which is equal to rupees 255. So this is your answer. 250 plus 5, 255. Now question number 5. A fraction becomes 9 upon 11 if 2 is added to both the numerator and the denominator. Now numerator and denominator we don't know. So let the numerator be x, and denominator be y. So let the denominator be y. Now according to question, what is given? When 2 is added to both, that means x plus 2 upon y plus 2. We have put it in fraction. The fraction becomes 9 by 11. So first we will solve it and make an equation. Cross multiply 11x plus 11 to the 22. Y into 9, 9y plus 9 to the 18. Now shift it here. 11x, 9y will shift here, becomes minus 9y. And I am taking this 22 to that side. 18 minus 22 minus 4. So this is my first equation. For the next equation it is given 3 is added to both numerator and denominator. Now we have to add 3 to both. So x by 3, x plus 3 upon y plus 3. Fraction becomes 5 by 6. Again you will cross multiply both the equations and find the second one. So it would be 6x plus 18 is equal to 5y plus 15. Now 6x, 5y will go there, minus 5y, 18 will go there, 15 minus 18, minus 3. So this is my second equation. This is first, this is second. Solving you will do yourself by substitution. Last question of the exercise. 5 years hence. What do you mean by hence? Hence means after. So after 5 years, age of Jacob will be 3 times that of his son. That means there are 2 persons, Jacob and his son. So let Jacob's age be x, son's age be y. We don't know both the ages, but we know that after 5 years, this is the present age we are talking about. Let Jacob's present age is x. If present age is x, what will be his age after 5 years? Now suppose you are now 15 years of age. What will be your age after 5 years? 20 years. And if your brother or sister is 12 years now, again after 5 years, what will be his age? 17 years. So both Jacob and son will be more than their age, more than 5 years. Their age, what is present age now? So after 5 years, Jacob's age will be x plus 5 and son's age will be y plus 5. So first we have written what their ages will be after 5 years. Now we'll read the question. 5 years hence. 5 years hence, these ages. Age of Jacob. So age of Jacob means x plus 5. Will be means equal to 3 times. 3 times means 3 into son's age. Son's age is y plus 5. Now why I have put in the bracket? Because it is multiplying with 3. So just solve it and make the equation first. 3y plus 15. X, 3y will be shifted here with negative sign. 5 will go there, 15 minus 5, 10. This is my first equation. Now for second equation, read the question. 5 years ago. Now he is talking about 5 years ago. So 5 years ago means before 5 years. Jacob's age was x minus 5 and son's age was y minus 5. Like if it is 15 now, your age 5 years back, your age was 10. That means you have subtracted 5 from it. So similarly, Jacob's present age is x now. So 5 years ago, x minus 5. Son's age, y minus 5. Now we'll read the question. 5 years ago, Jacob's age, that is x minus 5, was equal to 7 times son's age. Son's age is y minus 5. So x minus 5, solve it. 7y minus 7 5s are 35. So x, bring this 7y to this side, minus 7y, minus 35, minus 5 will go there, plus 5, x minus 7y is equal to minus 30. This is my second equation. We have got both the equations. Now solve it by substitution. So this completes your exercise 3.2 with the full solutions. Complete exercise 3.3 in your notebook and try to do it. Whatever problems or queries are there, please tell us in the group. We'll be taking up the next day if any problem is there. Thank you so much.